Hey Gemini, welcome back to Crystal's Tarot. This is going to be your reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign for Gemini for October 2020. If you're interested in knowing the decks used in today's reading, you want to know a little bit about me, or you're interested in reaching out to me for a personal reading, you can find all that information in the description box listed below. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and start our reading today by cleaning out our energy. Go ahead and get comfortable and take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale as it feels comfortable to you. Okay. If you're new to my channel, I do wait for the cards to jump out. If you're pressed for time, please feel free to fast forward. I did want to remind you to always stay in your own power. We've all been blessed with our own intuition and our own internal guidance system. So never give your reading away, never give your power away to a reading, a reader, or anything or anyone else. With that being said, this reading is intended to assist you on your path to your greatest and highest good. So there might be something that you're trying to put movement towards regarding a love connection that you want to be stable and solid, or you might be considering of how you want your future relationships to be stable and solid. Okay. So you have a pre-message here. We have the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Cups in the reverse, the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So what this speaks about to me is there was a home or a commitment, a solid relationship, or maybe it wasn't solid, but it's been around for a long time for you, and you're kind of evaluating it and taking a pause within it because there's been some energy built up for quite a while that's causing you to not be able to stand in your power. You're not proud of it. You're not confident. It's not a relationship that you feel nourished within. So you kind of evaluated things. You took a mental pause to bring clarity and truth to yourself about if it's serving you or not, and if it's something that you can continue to grow and build within, and whether or not it's nurturing, if it's anything that you want to continue. You have the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. So you're evaluating your options as far as your finances, your resource, what direction you want to move forward, what path would be the best for you. Because even though things have been trying for you and difficult for you, you still feel like you're destined for greatness and is destined for abundance. And you're trying to find the right path that feels comfortable within so that you can lead to your abundance. And you might feel like this connection is something you've held on too tightly for too long, and or you're seeking something new and fresh that is worth holding on to. You have the Knight of Wands, the King of Swords, and the 2 of Wands again. So what this speaks about is you're trying to bring a truth in that will lead you to have the ability to move forward in a passionate way. While considering your options on what that is for you. You're evaluating your current situation and trying to figure out how to improve that for yourself. You're spending a lot of time in self-reflection and trying to see what you've built and if it's worth it and if you can continue to build in it. But I'm getting that energy of there's a lot that you're letting go because this connection wasn't what you needed it or wanted it to be. And now you find yourself of trying to, like you're at a fork in the road and you're trying to decide and have discernment on if it's worth continuing to build, or how do you change things around to be in your favor. You either have received or want to receive or have provided a truth about what you've been building, and it's going to be world changing for you. It's going to put you on the right path to bring in your prosperity and abundance, because you did not feel loved in the connection. You felt like you weren't treated fairly within the connection, like the person didn't feel like it was good enough for you, or you weren't good enough for them. And you've spent a lot of sleepless nights within that energy, and now you're just trying to allow that anything that doesn't serve you to fall by the wayside. And you're trying to review the many options that you have to see which one brings clarity and abundance for you and what you want to build in the future. You want things to line up with the person that you are. You want to receive truth and clarity and not be in a confused energy any longer in regards to relationships and foundations that you build. You want a truth. You want a foundation with somebody that is stable, that is honest and sincere. And you're using your internal strength to bring a truth to yourself about how to move forward. You're trying to use your internal insight and guidance to speak your truth. And you might have received some information recently that you're trying to see if that's truthful or not, because you're passionate about strongly moving forward with pure energies going forward. You're tired of the sleepless nights and difficult struggles, mental anguish regarding this love connection. You are the Empress. You have the ability to create anything that you want. And now you're just trying to bring yourself truth and clarity on how to go about getting that, because you haven't been able to do so in the past. You've been restricted and had a lot of mental conflict going on. And you're trying to break free from those energies now regarding this connection and this commitment. You might have walked away, but still find yourself having to deal with pieces of it before you're fully able to let go and walk away. It's been heartbreaking for you, but you know that you deserve better. You know that you want more. And so you're putting actions slowly, but you're starting to put actions into place that is going to lead you to prosperity and abundance and be the fulfillment that you're seeking after. You're finding truth and providing truth to bring in prosperity for yourself. You know that the way that things have been going is not good for you. It's not what you want. And you're willing to make any cuts that you need to make in order to bring yourself clarity and abundance going forward. You're tired of fighting with people. You're tired of being juggled. You don't want to juggle. You want somebody that's honest and fair with you and to be in a connection with you, that they're going to be integrity, where you don't have to fight for yourself. You don't have to defend yourself, where it's a fair give and take. We're going to have one more shuffle and then we're going to pull cards. So you're strongly standing in your truth regarding your options and evaluating what you have to put your energy into. And going forward, you're just not really dealing with all the crap anymore, all the lies, all the drama. You're moving onward and upward from all of that energy. It's not something that is nurturing to you, and you've realized it, and now you're going through the necessary steps to bring in that abundance for yourself, because you realize that the people that you've given that luxury to, that ability to, they haven't managed it properly. And so now you know that that's not the right place where you want to invest going forward. The bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Swords again. This came out a couple of different times in your pre-shuffle. And what this speaks about is it could be like argumentative energy, but it's causing you, it's either your thoughts or information communication. It's causing you a lot of stress, a lot of tension, a lot of sleepless nights or difficulty sleeping. You might not be getting the amount of sleep that you need or that you're used to, but you feel like at some point it's going to balance out and you're going to have some clarity within the situation. You're still sitting in that energy of where you're having a lot of mental anguish within this situation, but you're trying to be positive. You're trying to think positive so that you can bring that energy forward to you. Okay, that didn't count. Hold on, please. Okay. Okay, so the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Cups. So this mental clarity, or excuse me, this mental conflict that you're having that's causing you a lot of sleepless nights, it's about a lack of a love communication, or it's regarding a love communication. So you might have had somebody recently come to you and tell you that they're interested in pursuing a relationship with you, and it's leaving you kind of feeling confused, or you feel that energy of somebody wanting to pursue a relationship with you, and it's making you feel kind of conflicted inside. You don't want to make the wrong decision. You don't want to turn somebody away that is good for you, but you don't want to invest in somebody that you think is good and they turn out not to be. Your current energy, you have the Fool clarified with the Justice card. So you might be going through a legal matter where you kind of, you're not sure how it's going to work out. It's a very trying energy, but you're relying on Spirit to take a leap of faith, and you're expecting Spirit to catch you and guide you and give you the justice and the fairness in the end with making this decision. What's crossing you is the Queen of Cups clarified with the Knight of Pentacles. So you've been thinking about how this love connection has not been fulfilling for you. You might be going through a divorce and kind of not sure how that's going to follow through. And you're kind of concerned with the outcome of things. But you're hoping that Spirit's going to help you to get justice and fairness within the situation, because you've invested a lot of time and energy and effort into this love connection, but it has not been fulfilling. You have not gotten out of it what you have put into it, and it's taken you a long time to get to that point of where you realize it's time to walk away. And or you might have new perspectives that you're just not able to really fully invest your like, what is it called? Like these new offers that you feel coming, see coming, they might have already approached you. You're not sure how to respond to them, and so you're kind of trying to keep them at bay while you're not providing a response, but you're not saying no, but you're not saying yes. You're just kind of sitting in a confused energy, and really being cautious of how you move forward and who you give your love and emotions to going forward. The energy that is underlining you, you have the Eight of Cups clarified with the Ten of Cups. So what this speaks about is that there was a loving relationship that you've probably had for quite a while. You've invested a lot of time and energy into it, but it was not fulfilling for you. You did not feel satisfied and emotionally stable or content within it. So now it's time for you to walk away. And that's really heavily on your spirit, your soul. And that's probably also causing you a lot of sleepless nights as well. In your recent past, you have the King of Cups clarified with the Chariot. So you might be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and you're trying to find a way to bring in movement. You want that energy to move. You do want love at some point, but you want it to be a love that's good and authentic and healthy for you, or in order for you to move forward towards it. You need to see that somebody's putting in the effort that you're putting in before you continue to invest, or before you fully invest like you have done in the past, because you fully invested previously and it kind of blew up in your face, and you don't want that energy anymore. The energy that's crowning you, you have the High Priestess clarified with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups did go in the reverse, but then it did come in the upright. So you're using your intuition regarding how you feel, think, and act and behave in love, and trying to use your intuition about what cups you receive and accept in the future. You also have the Queen of Cups in the energy that's crossing you as well. And now it's clarifying the High Priestess, which is the energy that you think about often. So you do want love at some point, but you want it to be something that's authentic and fair and balanced. So this next round, whenever you do go into a relationship, you're going to highly use your intuition, or you're advised to highly use your intuition to kind of evaluate what your instincts are about this person, about the situation, about the commitment. You're not in a rush to go and get something in place of. You're actually probably wanting to take some time out to yourself to give yourself self-love, so that you can bring in that connection that's authentic and genuine and intended for you. In your near future, you have the Eight of Swords clarified with the Two of Pentacles, with the Two of Wands in the reverse. So in your near future, you're going to be having a lot of mental anguish and mental conflict. It's like a self-imposed prison, kind of. about what path to choose, if you're going the right way, if you're doing it the right way, if you should move this way or move that way, if you're acting and behaving correctly in a situation. And it's causing you a lot of mental conflict, and you're probably not wanting to communicate this to many people, if any. You're kind of keeping this information close to your chest. You're keeping your cards close to you. And that's causing you to have additional mental conflict. And you're just kind of hoping that Spirit kind of shows you the right path to go on, so you can get out of this energy of being confused and having conflict. You don't feel like things were done fairly in the past, and you're wanting that. You want something that's fair and just, whether it be a relationship, whether I'm sure it is, or your financial abundance, a job or a situation, a family environment. How you see yourself, you have the Five of Cups, and then clarified with the Sun card that came out in the reverse, but it flipped upright. So what this speaks about to me is that there's moments where you feel defeated by love. You feel like it's not possible for you to have the relationship that will bring in the fulfillment, like basically the relationship of your dreams. Maybe not of your dreams, but where it's balanced. It's a healthy relationship, and you're kind of concerned if you're ever going to be able to have that. But with this, the Sun card is the happiest card in the deck, and it goes in the upright and in the reverse, and then in the reverse and in the upright. So you go back and forth with being hopeful of this. You might see people in your environment that inspire you to think that these things are possible, but then you go back to that energy of, this is how I felt in my past, this is what I experienced in my past, so it's not even possible, I don't even want it. But then really deep down, you do want it. You do want that loving connection, where it's a solid foundation, it's a solid, stable home, but that's not what you've gotten in the past. So that's causing you a lot of mental anguish and a lot of confusion. But you're being guided to just kind of trust Spirit, take this leap of faith. With this Fool card here at the center of your reading, you're being advised to kind of use all the tools that you have in your tool belt to give yourself confidence and self-love. And that's going to bring in this prosperity and abundance in the relationship that you actually want. Other people see you. You have the World clarified with the Hierophant. So other people see that you're making changes in regards to a relationship that you have. They see that you're trying to bring in wholeness for yourself, and that you're willing to let go of the people, places, and things that no longer serve you, because you do want a higher level of commitment, and you're no longer wanting to indulge or agree. You don't want to self-sacrifice anymore in hopes that you can get something. You actually want that real thing before you invest. You want that to show you it's real and authentic before you invest. So other people in your environment see that you're changing things around, that you're becoming more mature, that you're starting to stand on your own more and more and more, that you're not really asking anybody for help. You're hopeful. You have the Sun clarified with the Star card. And this Sun is in the upright, and it's clarified with the Star card. So it is your wish, excuse me, it's your hope to be able to stand in your power, to be able to have that authenticity that you're hoping for. You want clarity with situations that you deal with, people that you deal with going forward. You don't want any confusion or any difficulty in regards to like how people interact with you. And you're hopeful. The more that you spend time giving yourself self-love, the more as you walk away from things that are no longer serving you, you're starting to get inspired and hopeful, and you're starting to feel and see at times that what you want is actually possible, that your wishes can come true the more that you sit in this joyful energy. So it's advised to you to do that more and more often. Your final outcome, should everything remain the same, you have the 10 of Cups clarified with the 10 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. So as long as everything continues to go the same, you're going to eventually come to this abundance of a happy home, a happy life, happy wife, happy husband life. Even though in your past it's been trying and difficult for you, you had to lay burdens down because they were no longer serving you. You might have been carrying majority, if not all of the weight on your own. And at some point you want to have something that's worth celebrating, something that you could stand in front of a whole group of people and be proud, and it kind of stand out and show how nurturing and like where it's solid for you. In the near future, you will be able to have that as long as you continue to maintain these energies of practicing self-love and listening to your higher self and the guidance that Spirit is giving you in regards to the situation and the life that you're trying to build for yourself. Okay, give me 1 minute. We're going to get some more clarity out here. For Gemini, October 2020. So you're trying to have the mental strength regarding a situation. You're not really sure if it's being communicated to you, honestly. You're not sure what to communicate. But you're trying to move away from this difficulty. So I'm going to say that we're talking about this potential divorce that you're going through, or the ending of a relationship, what you're walking away from. Is these two energies right here. You're hopeful of the justice and the fairness to be brought in about something, a connection, a long-term relationship that you had to walk away from and leave. And even though you're trying to walk away from that energy to bring abundance and prosperity and balance to yourself and fairness to yourself, you still have a lot of mental conflict as to if you're going about it the right way and how you should say things and communicate things going forward. And then you have the Two of Wands out here again, which I saw right here. So you had it in your future energy in the reverse though. So you're not really sure what path to choose going forward. But now you have it out here with the Two of Swords. So you see the different avenues that you can pursue. You're just not sure which one is the right one for you, or you might be waiting on additional information to be able to make that solid commitment or connection to yourself about which way to move and how to go forward. You've been holding on to something too long and you're trying to release it now, and that's causing you a lot of difficulty as well. But you're still trying to stand in your power, regardless of if people are agreeing with you or not. Somebody was trying to get away with something and trying to be win at all costs, basically. They didn't care about the hurt that they caused you. And you're going to lay that down, and you're going to kind of like approach the situation you're trying to approach it out of love, but where you're standing in your power, where you're bringing clarity and truth to yourself. And you're trying to be fair in regards to the situation. And then you have the World card again. With the Two of Swords. So once you have like clarity within your mind, you'll start to be more confident, and you'll feel guided as to what steps you need to take, and you'll be able to stand in your power. You'll be able to act in your truth. You have the Magician and the Two of Swords. So again, there's moments where you're kind of confused and you're having mental conflict, but know, Gemini, that you have the ability to create what you want to. The Magician, he has all the elements on the table. It's just, what does he feel like playing with at that time? How does he want to combine things? And that's what's causing you some confusion right now. So you're just trying to bring clarity for the situation, so you can have balance. Like, I really get heavily what you want: balance. You want to create options for yourself, and you want to create a life that is fair and balanced for you, but you don't want to make the wrong move. You don't want to say the wrong thing, because you know it's going to impact your future. And you want to create something that you have the Justice card again. So what this speaks with the Seven of Cups. So I believe what this is kind of trying to tell you is that even though there's been you have a million balls up in the air, basically, you're going to be able to have balance. You're going to find the right way to communicate your truth and show your truth of what you've gone through in the past, and that's going to bring in justice. Like, if you're going to court, you're going to like bring all kinds of evidence, all kinds of things to strengthen your stance on the situation, to prove your truth in the situation. And I feel like the judge is going to notice that, and they're going to allow you to have a new opportunity. And I feel like even though it might not go perfectly how you want it, it's going to be fair for you. You have the Three of Cups again, the Tower, and the Six of Cups. So what this speaks about is that there might have been some concern about a third party situation, but you're trying to you're allowing those things to fall by the way that no longer serve you, and you're trying to have go on an internal journey to find things that you can celebrate. And you do want you want something that you can be nostalgic about, but you want it to be authentic nostalgia. You don't want it to be like where you're selling yourself a dream, or where you're buying somebody's joke and believing that it's something that can be long-term for you. You want it healthy, fair, and balanced, or you don't want it at all. There might have been a lot of situations in the past that chipped away at your confidence and kind of changed the way that you were inspired to move forward. And it was a heavy burden. So now you're trying to lay that down to bring fairness and balance to yourself. Thank you, Spirit. You are very passionate and you're very beautiful. You have a lot of options. You just don't necessarily, you might not be aware of all the options that you have right now, since you're kind of stuck in your thoughts a lot. So you're kind of shutting yourself off and blocking yourself off to all the options that you do have. But at the same time, you're trying to be passionate and stand in your strength for yourself, and show yourself what you wish other people would have showed you, because you worked on something for a long time and it just didn't bring you the reward or it didn't bring you the abundance, whether it was a loving connection or a situation that you expected. It was a loving connection. So it just didn't bring you the fulfillment that you were expecting it to bring. And so now you're trying to bring in fairness going forward. You want to have, with the Queen of Wands here, you want to have a loving connection that you can be passionate about, but that it's authentic, where you can look at it and be proud. But right now, you're just trying to get mental clarity on how to best bring in this justice and fairness for yourself. Regarding something you had to walk away, a relationship that you had to walk away from. One more, sorry. And you walked away because the situation was just too much for you to continue to bear. And I think you're kind of getting very anxious of trying to get this energy away from you. You're probably, if you are going through a divorce or a breakup, you're wanting it to move along a lot faster than what it is. Because you feel like people were trying to get away with things that weren't fair. They were trying to be shady and sneaky. And you want them to be held accountable for what they did and what that caused you in your situation. And you want to bring fairness to that shady, sneaky behavior, so that they kind of have to pay the piper, basically. So now that we have the Seven of Cups, the Magician again, the High Priestess, and the Six of Wands. So regarding this justice, there's multiple avenues for you to pursue. Like I said, you're going to bring in all of your documents, all of your backup, all of your things, and you're going to use your elements to stand in your power, to show your truth. And you're going to bring lightness to darkness. You're going to use your intuition to bring fairness to the situation, and it will bring you a victory, whatever that means to you. And that victory will give you balance. And then we have the Hierophant. So you're going to be pleading your case behind, to this judge, basically, whether it's an actual judge or somebody who's helping you to judge the situation, or potentially even spirit, to bring in balance so that there's no more juggling. You might kind of feel like you have some confusion. You might feel like you're not really have the authority or the ability to win in the situation, but you do. You have the Justice card again, with the Knight of Wands. So you're going to passionately state your case, but remind yourself to do it in a balanced way, so that you don't look like a crazy person just going out and saying all these things, so that they can see like you're rational. And you want to really have your ducks in a row, and you want to present your case with passion and truth. And you want to be heard. You want them to be able to see the truth in the matter of what you've been dealing with for so long, about this loving connection, how it wasn't fair and just, how it left your world changed in a negative way, and it went on for so long. And so you're hoping that the imbalance is displayed correctly and authentically to bring in fairness for you in your situation. And ultimately, when this is all said and done, you're going to have the the wish fulfillment, the happy home that you're seeking out. We have the 10 of Cups out here 3 different times with 3 different decks. It's the first, it's your grounding energy, clarifying your 8 of Cups. So you had to walk away from love, but you're hoping for it in the long run. And that will be your final outcome. Even though there was a struggle that you had to put down, you will eventually have something to celebrate, and you will be eventually with the person that you're meant to be with, even though you feel really stressed out in the meantime right now with it. So try to relax your energies, trust that Spirit has your back, use your intuition. You're a very intuitive person, and it's important that you love yourself in spite of the situation, in spite of the difficulty. Allow yourself to get some better sleep, some more sleep, so you feel rested, so that when you do go in front of this judge, you feel rested. Your minds are in sync with how you feel. You have clarity because you got enough sleep. So make sure that you're really practicing self-care and nurturing yourself during this process. You have a lot of major arcana cards out here as well. So what that's telling me is that this is something that it was destined for you to walk away from. It was destined for you to fight for yourself. It was destined for you to be able to heal from the situation. And whatever the judge is in your situation, that person that's in that role was destined for you as well. And I feel like they're going to see the situation that you've really been dealing with, and they're going to help you to bring in balance and fairness for yourself. Gemini, that has been your reading for October of 2020. We're going to close this out by cleaning out our energy. Go ahead and get comfortable. Inhale and exhale as it feels comfortable to you. Always remember to go through your gratitude list. Attitude of gratitude, it brings in your abundance. It raises your vibration. Instead of thinking of all the negative things that this person did or said that caused you to walk away, think about the beautiful things that you have in your future, because you do have them. You have the Sun card out here twice. And again, that is the happiest card in the deck. So you are destined for beautiful, great things. You just got to release the things that do not serve you, so that there's room for the things that do and will. It's like if you want to go shopping for clothes, but your closet is full of things that you don't like to wear, that you don't feel comfortable in, that don't fit, you want to clean those out so you can go shopping and get things that you feel good and you feel sexy and you feel like beautiful in. You are loved and you are appreciated and you're respected by people you don't even know, or even people that you don't even realize. There's beautiful things in store for you, Gemini. We're going to do it one more time. Okay, Gemini, this has been your reading for October 2020. If this reading has resonated with you, please like and subscribe if you have not already done so. If you come across this reading and you feel like it would be helpful or healing for somebody in your environment, please share with them so that they'll be able to get this benefit of this reading. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and light and appreciation and respect.